Now for something completely different.
Smoke
medical
weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and past it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
What's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. You can always call the show. If you're listening in Missouri, you're listening in Detroit, or if you're listening in Charlotte, Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, London, wherever the hell you're listening, you can always call me. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if this is your first time listening to my show, hi, my name is Ryan Hoppe, and this is a morning radio show in a podcast format. We talk about celebrity news, dating, and we sometimes get a little bit naughty, but not that naughty. Alrighty, I see this here, and I find this absolutely, positively fascinating. And I talked about this on my previous show, and I'm going to talk about it again. Who would have thought in 2024, unless you're listening to this in the future in 100 years in 2124, well, guess what? In 2024, the WNBA is very relevant. Everybody is talking about the WNBA, and the only reason people are talking about the WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark. Now, you can say there's other players like Angel Reese that are famous. They're only famous because of Caitlin Clark. So, Caitlin Clark's getting fouled after foul done to her. People are elbowing her. People are treating her like garbage. Her teammates aren't defending her. The refs aren't calling flagrant fouls during the game. The league has to do it afterwards. And it's getting absolutely positively out of hand. It's really getting bad. And a lot of people, like even in my previous show, I said that Charles Barkley played a clip where he said, "You women." Like, I'm not trying to make this about a gender thing, but I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's something going on where it's becoming very catty, where all these players are hating on Caitlin Clark. And I don't know if it's because she's the pretty white girl or whatnot, but the funny part is everybody claims racism towards everything all the time. But this time right now, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Caitlin Clark is dealing with racism. And I truly don't see color. I see people for who they are. I have friends who are black. I have friends who are Mexican. I have friends who are white. And sometimes I dislike white people because of how they treat others when it comes to racism. But what Caitlin Clark is dealing with right now in the WNBA is racism.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
Here is Good Morning America talking about Caitlin Clark. Here we go. On the show you are listening to, known as Hoppe Hour, right here.
But it was a rough night for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Last night, she only scored 3 points and a blowout loss to the New York Liberty. But it was a game on Saturday between the Fever and the Chicago Sky that had a lot of people talking. Fans were so hyped for Caitlin, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso to all be back.
Trust me, no one's talking about Camila Cardoso. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, yes. I love when these reporters try to add in other players. It's like, easy now. Camila who? Isn't she married to Prince or King Charles?
On the same court. However, the moment that made headlines, this right here, the hard foul involving Clark and Kennedy Carter. Eva Pilgrim has that story for us.
Hey, good morning, Robin. As you know, there is no love lost between these two teams. People were excited to see those rookies on the court together again, but all the players on that court giving fans a show.
All the players? No, not really. Again, they're trying to include everybody, and that's fine, but pretty much it's Caitlin Clark.
This morning, this physical moment involving the WNBA's most high-profile rookie raising questions.
Unnecessary.
Chicago's Kennedy Carter shoulder-checking the Fever's Caitlin Clark, knocking her to the ground. The call initially deemed a common foul by officials.
If Draymond Green did that in the NBA, he would be suspended like 7 games. It's ridiculous.
Surprised that it's nothing more than a common foul beyond that.
Shortly before that moment, what appears to be an exchange of words between the two on the other end of the court.
Her and Carter were jawing.
And then people were trying to say that Caitlin Clark deserved it because they were jawing back and forth at each other on the other end of the court. No. Again, Draymond Green does this. Rasheed Wallace back in the day does this. Ron Artest / Meta World Peace does it. They get suspended and kicked out for the game. But Kennedy Carter, which I thought her name was Kennedy Carter, she does it. Whatever. Common foul.
Going a little bit back and forth the last few possessions.
Clark addressing the incident after Saturday's game.
I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just like, just respond, come down, let your play do the talking. You know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I love her degaff attitude, but then here it comes. Kennedy Carter, you think you're so tough. Here's what she had to say.
Carter refused to talk about it during the post-game press conference.
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
But defiant.
Why? Because you know you're dirty. You know you're a disgusting player who has had issues on other teams before. This isn't your first time.
On social media, posting, I love the hate more than the love. I'd rather you hate me than love me.
Oh, you know, if she's straight or gay, whoever dates her, you know their arguments are wicked, where it's like, you know what, man? I play basketball. So if I talk back to you, you better deal with it.
Anytime you have a high-profile rookie who comes with a lot of hype coming into the league, there are veterans.
I love how she's saying this as if there's been other rookies that people have cared about. No, this is the first time ever. There's never been another rookie that's had to deal with this.
A high-profile rookie who comes with a lot of hype coming into the league. There are veterans who are going to want to send a little bit of a message that this is still their
message. Yeah, you send a message by shooting a 3-pointer in her face or a hard foul, like an and one play. But to shove someone to the ground, it's not sending a message. This is a disgusting act.
League. This is something that Caitlin is going to have to work, to become a star in this league.
On Sunday,
to become a star, she has won. Oh, this is ridiculous.
The WNBA upgrading Carter's foul to a more serious flagrant 1 violation, but so far has not announced any plans to fine or suspend her. Fever.
Of course not. Why does everybody hate Caitlin? She is your money machine. She is what's going to take you guys to the promised land. I'm sorry it wasn't you guys that did it. I'm sorry that your ratings were up the prior season by like 2%, and now it's up like 2 million %. I'm sorry that it took the pretty white girl to do it, but you know what? That's the way it is. That's what happened. She's really good. She's kind of like a female Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry wasn't good at first. I'm not saying she's not good, but she's having a lot of turnovers. A lot of things are going wrong. And I hope she goes on to win 9 championships. I'm sick of the hate. It's ridiculous. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And then before we go to break, Angel Reese fined by WNBA for $1,000, which is like 1/70th of her pay after not talking to the media after the game. That's what's annoying, is none of the players wanted to talk about it. If you're going to be so tough towards Caitlin and so dirty and so disgusting, at least talk about it. Don't hide. Be as badass as you claim you are. If you claim you're as tough and amazing and as good as Caitlin Clark, who speaks to the media and meets fans, oh wait, that's right, to all the other haters of Caitlin Clark, you don't have any fans. Nobody's ever gone, oh my God, I need Kennedy Carter's picture. Oh my God, I need Angel Reese's picture. I mean, they only said that after she beat Caitlin Clark in the championship game. I'm sorry to announce this to you, but without Caitlin Clark, nobody would be talking about the WNBA. Nobody's ever talked about the WNBA before her. And frankly, if she does leave the league, no one's going to talk about it again.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment right here on Hoppe Hour, the show you're listening to, the show you're digging, is brought to you by Mitra-9.com. MITRA-9.com. The best kava and kratom around. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe to save 20% on the best kava and kratom around. Now, if you're looking for an alternative to drinking, trust me, it's the best around. A long day at work, you're working those 12-hour shifts while listening to Hoppe Hour, and you need something to take your mind off of life, go to Mitra-9.com and at checkout, use keyword Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
856-49 Hoppe. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Now, also, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, I'm going to get a WhatsApp account, and when I get that WhatsApp account, you can message me on there. Because for all our listeners in the UK, I want you to communicate with me. That's why I do Hoppe Hour, is to entertain you folks. Now, I'm not sure what people overseas, what people on the other side of the pond think about Jennifer Lopez, but I'm a huge Jennifer Lopez fan. I like Waiting for Tonight. I like I'm Gonna Be All Right. I like all her music. But I do know that she's a terrible person. I know that people don't like being around her. I like that I know that she's kind of a scumbag. And honestly, you're probably going, Ryan, how do you know that? Well, because everybody that's ever dated her doesn't like her. And the other thing that is being noticed about Jennifer Lopez is she's going through a potential breakup with Ben Affleck. Oh, going back to your ex. That always works. Because when I think of a successful way to date somebody is going back to somebody that it didn't work with. I mean, if that is not the dumbest thing I've ever heard, anybody who thought that was going to work, I mean, honestly, you are absolutely, positively out of your mind. If you were going, oh yeah, that's totally going to work. A relationship from 25 years ago, especially with someone as high maintenance and annoying. Thank you guys. That's Jennifer Lopez. Oh yeah, dating Jennifer Lopez the second time. Oh yeah, in her 50s when she's going through menopause. Watch out. Here's what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying to you is now her tour is canceled, and I did like her new album she put out. She had a good song called Rebound. I do like Jennifer Lopez's music. I love that 90s, 2000s like pop sound because I grew up listening to B96 and Chicago and Kiss FM and Dance Factory. So I love that like top 40 sound from the 2000s, and I play old school songs on this show as well. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Jennifer Lopez isn't past her prime and she canceled her tour and she's trying to say it's because she wants to spend time with family. No, it's because nobody bought the tickets.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
The truth is, I don't even know if I'll ever make another album after this. This might be...
And then you made another album, as this clip was from 7 years ago.
The truth is, I don't even know if I'll ever make another album after this. This might be my last album ever.
You know who she's kind of like? She's sort of like Howard Stern when Howard's like, you know what? Let me do my voice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to sign another contract, even though I'm 70 years old and I've been doing the show for half a century. But I think I'm done.
She's kind of like that.
Devastated and heartsick for letting fans down, Jennifer made the difficult decision to cancel her 34-city This Is Me Now tour set to...
Oh no, you canceled it. I was actually going to try to get free tickets. I was going to go at the Amalie Arena here in the Tampa Bay area where I record. But trust me, nobody was going, oh my God, go to StubHub. We have to get the tickets.
Take off this summer so she can take time off to focus on her family.
But I think right now it just sucks.
No. That must be the best part about having kids is you can get out of doing things because you're like, oh, the kids are busy.
It doesn't suck. That's wrong.
It does.
A source tells ET Jen has been feeling pressure with all her work commitments. The stress from the tour has, quote, been a lot for her.
It's brutal. It's 8, 9, 10-hour days every day, dancing, singing.
We're also told Ben is, quote, overwhelmed. But unlike his wife of nearly 2 years, he doesn't care about Hollywood. He feels like ups and downs are part of life.
I feel like he's either sober or not drinking as much or growing up while drinking even more than ever. But I feel like Ben Affleck has matured. Now, I don't know for sure. I'm not saying I'm friends with Ben Affleck and we hang out all the time, but it just seems like he's grown up a little bit.
What he made me believe about myself only comes from love, because nobody else could have made me see that.
I love in this scene in her documentary, The Greatest Story Never Told, they're doing that thing where they make sure she's not wearing makeup during the sad scene to be like, trust me, she's really going through something. She didn't put on 5 pounds of makeup. No matter the situation, boy, I'm gonna hold you. Also, she can thank Selena for her career. If Selena was never murdered, Selena would have always been the angel and Jennifer Lopez would have not had a career.
The couple looked pretty tense, putting on a united front, holding hands while leaving a graduation ceremony for Ben's daughter, Violet. They also...
Violet's like, ugh, why does J-Lo have to be here?
So hit up the grad party together, and their serious faces make it clear there's still trouble. In fact,
Really? They look so happy together. Also, it's so weird hearing about 2006 babies graduating high school. It makes me feel old.
Told the couple was at the celebration for less than 2 hours before reportedly driving back to the home Ben's been renting where J-Lo dropped him off and quickly left.
Yeah, she was like, you know what, Ben? I can't do this. I'm going to drive really fast to make it look dramatic in front of all the paparazzi.
I remember how you walked away.
Isn't that funny? That's another good song. Mm-hmm.
Don't want to get divorced, but their relationship is simply not working.
A relationship with J-Lo not working? No, that never happens.
Some past issues are repeating themselves. While they love each other, they are also both unhappy.
Past issues repeating itself? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's almost like that's why you never go back to an ex. Here's the thing. People love to romanticize their exes, and people a lot of times think about, oh, what if I go back to them? There is a reason you broke up. There is a reason you are no longer with that person. Mm-hmm. And to just go and deny it is absolutely, positively ridiculous. And I don't know if they were having some type of a midlife crisis where they're like, I need to go back. But there was absolutely no reason they should have gotten back together. Anybody who could see something from a mile away would go, that's not going to last. J-Lo just has that reputation of like, if she's performing somewhere, she makes everybody get her food. And then what happens when everybody gets her food is the fact that she doesn't eat any of it. You know about that? Like I work in radio. And I've worked a lot of concerts, and a lot of these artists like Weezer would ask for all this like really specific food, and then they don't even eat it. J-Lo's that type of person. Like J-Lo may be one of the greatest artists of the 2000s, without a doubt. But when it's all said and done, she's not going to be remembered for being a good person. No one's going to go, oh my God, that time I met J-Lo, she was such an angel and so nice to me. Oh man, I'm just saying. You can be as talented as you want to be. You can be whatever you want in life. But how you treat people is how you are going to be remembered. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. And if you're listening on the radio, Don't touch that radio dial, but if you want to hear more of my show, search Hoppe Radio on all streaming platforms. And if you are listening on the podcasting platform, make sure you are always tuned into Hoppe Hour. Because I'm telling you guys, I record for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. That is my go-to line. I record for the kids in school that need some entertainment to take their mind off of life. I'm here for you guys. I care about you. Not really. I love you guys. Not really. I think the world of you. Not really. I'm just kidding. 856-49-HOPPE. We're about to go to a break. That's 856-494-6773. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. We have so much to get into. So we are going to take a quick break. And we will be right back on Hoppe Hour after these words. Do not touch that radio dial. Do not touch that tablet. However the hell you are listening to Hoppe Hour, keep listening.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Alrighty. I'm going to take you guys back to 2010 with Party in the USA remix by Mac Miller. Now, if you don't feel like listening to this for some reason, even though it's a good song, skip forward about 2.5 minutes. But trust me, this is a bop.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
I got it. I couldn't help it. I love this song. Hey, yo, Tree J. Look, got a sack in the pack of cigarillos, ready to crack and put some hash up in the middle. Blow, going lights out like Padiddle, rhymes like Buster, jazzy like Fizzle. Mac Mizzle, your girl probably heard of me. My spit game real tight like a virgin bee currency. Keep my paper running like a gerbil feeder, sprinting on the wheel till it hurts to breathe. And girl, me and you is like the birds and bees when the weed stay burning to the 3rd degree. I'm high, fly, got your girl smitten. She keep coming back, call her badminton. Pulling petals off your flowers, you can get shagged like Austin Powers. I pick my L up, this is that moment, I'm trying to get high today. Hitting on my weed like, blowing out the smoke like. Yeah, I pick my L up, this is that moment, I'm trying to get high today. Hitting on my weed like, I got a bunch of haze. And I ain't gonna stop, no, not an hour. I see the games filled with lots of cowards, so I'm here to coach like Tomlin. Coward, 24 hours, call Jack Bauer. Status, Mac is way above the average, and I'm Jewish like Lenny Kravitz. So original, gotta get a patent. Party in the USA, getting blasted. Switch it up, feeling good, filling up. Getting drunk, sipping suds till I'm sick as fuck. But I ain't slipping up, flow too perfect. Used to be a little thief going through purses, but now I'm business, blowed off my 3rd spliff. Do it like a furnace and so burn it. My L up, this is that moment, I'm trying to get high today. Hitting on my weed like, blowing out the smoke like. Yeah, I pick my L up, this is that moment, I'm trying to get high today. Hitting on my weed like, I got a bunch of haze. Yeah, now what I need everybody to do, the high life. Roll up another and just admit to yourself that you were listening to that Miley Cyrus jam. December 1st, bitch. We coming. Mac Miller. I'm telling y'all. December 1st. The high life.
Oh, yeah. This following segment, let me turn it down, has been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you that he is the best boxing trainer, MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. If you go to amiracademy.com, and when you go there and you tell him that you heard about it on Hoppe Hour, he will hook you up.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Listen to Hoppe Hour at any time, anywhere. Search Hoppe Radio on all major streaming platforms.
Hoppe Hour, where your medical card is required to listen.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. You can call the show 856-49-HOPPE, 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Alrighty. We've talked about Diddy a lot on the show the last few weeks. There's really no new news about it. Like, I don't know if he's ever going to get charged. It just seems like, oh, this person has this story and this person has this story, but nobody really snitched on him when it was all going down. But this is from 13 days ago, but I have to play it. So Cameron, who does a podcast with Maze, I forget how you pronounce it, but they do a podcast together, and they're both rappers from the 2000s. And Mace worked with Diddy back in the day. Cameron did not. And this thing I'm about to play you seems like a skit out of the Boondocks. Cameron goes on CNN to discuss Diddy and pretty much just promotes himself. So we're going to play this. I'll pause it, give my take. And it's with this reporter from CNN. I don't know her name. She's the African-American one that does some of the stuff at night. But check this out right here on Hoppe Hour.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video is egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said.
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't like that. What did you mean? Do I be recognized?
Yeah, here's where it gets to get funny is they're asking him, do you recognize this person? Do you know this person? And it's like, he never worked with him. It's just quite hilarious.
Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him, so.
I don't even think they know what this means. When they're asking Cameron, do you recognize him? They're saying, have you seen this behavior? He's being literal, like, yeah, I think it is him. I didn't zoom in.
Yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide. It's for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
That's a good point, though, is everybody's saying, what do you think of the video? What did you think about Diddy's apology? When really, the person he needs to say sorry to is Cassie.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace. Mm-hmm. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost going to bring me to tears to say this. Being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram, man. Don't have me. That's all I hear.
I love when rappers do that. It's ask, not ax. What are you, Paul Bunyan?
Crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
So this interview so far has been kind of boring, kind of pointless, but that's CNN for you. But this is where it gets good. If you think there was a part of this interview that was kind of like, why are you playing this, Ryan? This is where it gets good.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So here he is drinking this little, very small cup of an erectile dysfunction drink.
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint.
So I guess Cameron sells a horsepower drink that helps you get to attention. And there he is drinking it going, I'm drinking the horsepower. Like he literally goes on CNN to promote his horsepower.
Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint.
And I know it's a visual, but the reporter, when he says get some cheeks, she looks to the left like, ugh.
I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really.
Of course. They literally put him on an interview where he doesn't really know Diddy that well. That would be like you put me on an interview and you talk about someone that I was an acquaintance with in radio and they were in trouble and they're like, what do you think about this? And it's like, I don't know that person that well.
I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed.
So he was never signed to Bad Boy Records. He never worked with Diddy. And here's where it gets good as well.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this.
First of all, I love that like dead air that you get for the 5-second delay whenever you watch an interview. I don't know how they haven't fixed that technology in 2024 where you ask a question, they're like, hey, so what do you think about Diddy? And it goes, yeah, this is what I think about Diddy.
Pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Who booked me for this joint?
Whoever did book him should probably get fired.
All right.
Wow, and I don't be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks.
Man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time tonight.
And whoever went, Cameron, the rapper from 2006, that never worked with Diddy. He'd be so good at breaking down Diddy. Not Mace, who worked with Diddy. But no. The guy that doesn't know him that well. That's such good riveting journalism. Good job, CNN. Ugh. CNN is literally like the STD of cable news. I'm not saying Fox News isn't, but I'm getting a notification on my Snapchat. Jake Paul put up a video of some food he's eating, and it says, your mom. And if there was a way to describe Jake Paul, that would be that little Snapchat. Also, the Mike Tyson fight got pushed back because of his health. I kind of don't think this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight is going to happen. I don't really see it going down. I don't really see it happening. And honestly, maybe that's for the best. You don't want to see Mike Tyson die in the ring. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Let me know, maybe that maybe that Cameron interview on CNN was the greatest thing ever, and I'm missing out and not quite reading the situation right. It wouldn't be the first time I didn't read a situation right. All right. If you are listening on the radio, make sure you don't touch that dial. But if you're listening on one of the podcasting platforms by searching Hoppe Radio, we are about to play a song. So we will be taking a break on Hoppe Hour right after this. Do not touch that radio dial, that iPad, that iPhone, that smart device, however the hell you were listening to.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Since we just played some Cameron from CNN, here's Cameron in the Jungle featuring T.I. And I would play one of his other songs, but this one's not licensed.
You win. Syndicate. At 7 years old, had leads, they were pinstripe. At 12, I had a knife for your windpipe. At 13, at the stash house, I spent nights. Could be wrong, but since 15, I've been right. At 17, I ain't care what my friends like. 19 was mean, I had hunts and night airs. 21 became my money year. 23, I could have been facing 220 years. Yeah, so let's celebrate, elevate. Roll of vanilla, fella, bakery, hella cake. Man, y'all sweeter than cream savers, my team's major. 17 range, yes, a teenager. Huh? That's where I'm from, y'all. Yeah, that's where I'm from, y'all. Lennox Ave, baby. Harlem. The animal that I grew up with, well, they a stink, nigga. It's a few of us left, we'll leave you stink, nigga. Stink, nigga. Wash up, you funky fresh. Dirty jeans, whack kicks, no cake with monkey breath. Money, yes, funny face, dummy stress. 100K, 20 steps, like the way honey dress. 1 year, 1 arrest, gun charge, another mess. Homicide, another death, another mother, son at rest. Mother made a motherfucker from my lungs and breath. You did it, you do it, man. You ain't done nothing yet. I could become a threat. Calico, 100 wet. Want bet? When I make it rain, your whole sun is set. Want a show? No problem, I book it for him. He ain't want the work good, I took it for him. Grams, I cook it for him. I make you rich and famous. Act bottle, Robin Leach, he look this form. Huh? That's where I'm from, y'all. Yeah, that's where I'm from, y'all. Lennox Ave, baby.
I'm from where the strong prey upon the weak. Where lions teach their babies bite before they grow their teeth. They say the world dog eat dog, huh? Well, where I'm from, we all eat dog, bro. Come from the jungle, learn how to hustle from hunger. Keep my money in bundles, keep a gun that's humongous. Predators are among us, oldest down to the youngest. Be hunting, hope to be stunting from turning nothing into something. Get punished for going out of bounds. Jackals throw a lot around. Trappers getting pounds and run them in and out of town. I'm from the A with quarter halves, whole things a year. Get your paper straight, be like the wing. The syndicate. That's where I'm from, shawty. Yeah, that's where I'm from, shawty. Yeah, that's where I'm from, shawty. Zone 1, West Side, Bankhead. That's where I'm from, shawty. Yeah, hey, that's where I'm from, shawty. Yeah, hey, that's where I'm from, shawty. Hey,
what up?
B-Town, hey.
Yo, Cameron, pass the horsepower drink.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. All right. I saw this headline right here, and I found this absolutely, positively fascinating. Lenny Kravitz is now celibate for the past 9 years. And a lot of people, like Ice-T, which we'll play in this clip in a second, have been hating on him for it. But you got to think, Lenny Kravitz, I mean, think about the song American Woman. He literally was talking about his life. But Lenny Kravitz can get any girl you want, and it's probably got to be tiring. Oh, the life of banging models. But think about it. You feel no connection with them. Like, I've gone through the whole hookup culture after my last 2 breakups, and it becomes kind of, I don't want to say sad, because I love that type of stuff, that activity. I'm keeping it clean for the radio. But it becomes kind of a weird thing where, all right, before I get to this right here, because I'm probably not going to play this segment on the radio, because I just want to get a little dirty. There's that saying from Lil Wayne, first you. Lil Wayne goes, first you. Right, let me get this loaded. Yeah, I'm definitely not sending this to the radio. Lil Wayne says, first you, then you to your senses. And that's kind of what happens during sex, is first you, and then you go, oh, that was such an unnecessary thing. And I think that is what Ice-T is going through. He's realizing, or not Ice-T, but that's what Lenny Kravitz is realizing by being celibate, is he's like, I've done it all.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Now, here is Ice-T talking about Lenny Kravitz being celibate.
Ice-T has some cold words for Lenny Kravitz's lifestyle choices. In an interview published by The Guardian on May 30th with Lenny Kravitz, the rock star reveals that he's abstained from sex outside of marriage and hasn't been in a serious relationship for 9 years.
And honestly, that is none of our business. I know that Ice-T is kind of an imbecile and always kind of just runs his mouth, but buddy, it doesn't matter.
A shocking revelation that former rapper Ice-T couldn't help but chime in with his opinion on the matter. Merely a few hours after the article came out, Ice-T took to X in a since-deleted tweet saying, quote, 9 years without sex? F that BS. Weirdo shit. When asked,
why is that a weirdo S? Who cares, Ice-T? First of all, I despise when celebrities run their mouth and then they don't keep the tweet up. Like, it's going to be online forever and ever.
Asked by an ex-user why he was judging Lenny Kravitz, Ice-T...
That thing, too, when they say ex-user, it's so fascinating. It's like, I forget that they changed the name of Twitter to X, but it sounds like you're talking about someone being on ecstasy. Like, oh, yeah, that ecstasy user.
Ex-user why he was judging Lenny Kravitz, Ice-T simply responded, it's weird to me. I love to f*** a lot. The Law and Order SVU star continued to double down on his opinion.
But here's the thing, is you're not Lenny Kravitz, and whatever he does with your body does not matter.
Writing on X, quote, if you're a guy and you can voluntarily go 9 years without sex, you're following the wrong page.
Like, I get that you're married to Coco. So you're probably having a lot of fun all the time, even though she's probably high maintenance, but come on now.
However, the flyaway singer has his reasons for his celibacy journey, which he explains stems from trauma he experienced at a young age with his father, Cy Kravitz. In his memoir, Lenny shares a story where he overheard his dad on the phone talking to a woman and realized he was having an affair.
Yeah, that's probably going to traumatize you a little bit. Again, Ice-T, maybe don't be a narcissist for once. I know you're kind of known as a douchebag and you've always been kind of known as a narcissist, but come on, no?
One of many. Lenny went on to tell him that he overheard the conversation and was devastated. But his father responded by telling his son at a young age that he would end up doing the same thing.
That's sad. Childhood drama and trauma is no joke.
When the interviewer asked if his father was right in his prediction, Lenny confesses, quote, he became right. After the marriage, I became more like him. I was becoming a player.
And there's this grimy feeling, because I'm not like patting myself on the back, but there's a certain vibe. I mean, girls like me on dating apps because of my height, but there's this vibe about when you're a player that you just feel like Especially if you're talking to multiple girls, you just feel bad.
Lenny added, quote, I didn't like it. I didn't want to be that guy. So I had to tackle that, and it took years by taking...
Lenny Kravitz is more of a man than Ice-T could ever even dream about.
Taking responsibility, discipline, not letting my own desires take over. Despite the It Ain't Over Till It's Over singer explaining in the interview that, quote, it's a spiritual thing. And
yeah, Ice-T, I don't think everybody needs religion. Like, I hate when people go, oh, you need religion in your life. You need religion in your life. You need religion in your life. But I definitely think some form of spirituality would be good for Ice-T.
And social media users urging Ice-T to respect Lenny's own journey, the hip-hop icon is making it clear that he stands firm in his opinions, telling one user, F that journey.
I wonder how often he cheats on Coco, because if he loves sex that much, you know that married guys aren't getting laid all the time. So there's definitely something there. There's definitely something that's a little sketchy, that's a little out there, that makes you question what the hell is going on there. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves, who's like 6'11", but for some reason does not play in the paint. Probably because he's a little bit of a weakling. Here's the thing. He is seen going on a shopping spree with his girlfriend, Jordan Woods, the one that ruined the relationship with Lamar Odom. Or, Tristan Thompson, never forget. It's hard to get all those ballers mixed up. It's very easy, rather. He was seen out shopping out and about. And I'm not saying Karl Anthony Towns is not allowed to shop, but he doesn't seem sad at all that the Minnesota Timberwolves pretty much got a gentleman sweep from the Dallas Mavericks. He doesn't play with heart. He doesn't care. And it's quite sad. Because I tried out for every basketball team I ever wanted to be on. And unfortunately, I never made it. I didn't even make it to the second round. So when I see these players that have it all but don't want to play, I'm like, I would love to be in your shoes. I do wear a size 18, so I'm close enough to their shoes, but that's another story. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about much more after this. Like, I'm seeing this right here. Spotify is hiking its prices again. It's going up to $11.99 per month. Oh, goody gumdrops. I'm so happy about that. The same company that barely pays its artists whatsoever. The same company that barely cares about anybody else. They're going out there doing that. That is utterly ridiculous. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. We'll be right back on
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Now, we're going to take a quick little break, but we're going to play this song from 2006. It's called Droked Out by Soundmaster T. Now, like I say about every song, if you don't feel like listening to it, you can skip forward 4 minutes, but this song is a banger.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Yeah. Hey, we got the remix. We got the troll. We got them getting down on the floor. We get it.
C-H-I got a new sound. Making all the get down. Made a click, man. Make your chain swing. Pimps and the players gon' do the damn thing. Coming in the club, taking over streets. Taking over, man, with the droked out beats. Got them on charge, got them on lock. Everywhere we go, guaranteed to blow the spot. Messages to them haters, trying to play them gators. Oh, it's gon' blaze you, nothing is gonna save you. Hits on the streets, hits on the beats. If you wanna bounce, best report to me. My city shot town, where I put it down. Ain't no limit, dropping beats by the pound. I balls out a lot, cause you know I call the shots. Stacking paper like them baking sodas in the pot.
We got the remix, we got the troll. We got them getting down on the floor. We get it.
We be getting choked out. We be getting choked out.
Never did. Hey, you. Hey, shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting choked out. Let's go. Poppin' Patron with a mean lean. Rim tilted and I'm representing my home team. Super ugly with a stack of money is a Gator King. By the bar, come Mr. Pimpin' is a Gator thing. Tell them how we do it, Joe. Gator ones, rims spinning, and I ain't even driving. I'm just parking lot pimpin'. Slide off in the club, feeling managed and I'm tipsy, so fresh, so clean. With a swagger in my lip and what it is, what it do. Come on, shout it, let me see you get loose. If you bout it, you can get some great goo. In VIP, I'm put my hands on you. We got the remedy, we got the drone, we got them getting down on the floor. We be getting choked out. Give it in, hey goo. Hey, shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting choked out. We be getting choked out. We be getting choked out.
Don't be putting no chasers in my drink. I want 2 high liggers, pimp. Yeah. Smoke, drink, smoke, people stay. Smoke, drink, smoke, people stay bent. All on the earth, I don't even care. Speech all slurred, nothing in my cup. Shit, it's all girl. Y'all hiding the motherfucker, making up words. Looking like men, I like them light skin. 2 at a time, I'm 20, twin. Patron and Grey Goose, Tanqueray and Seagram's gin. Stay together in my glass like they all best friends. I can't walk, I can't talk. Joking from the day to the dark. Teeth off a square, but my goons on P. It's drinks on you, all eyes on me. And niggas with me drinking dumb. Henny mixed with Remy Ma. Party going all night. When we kick it hard. Niggas get they smoke out. They be getting choked out. Mix it with some liquor, nigga. We be getting droked out.
We be getting choked out. We be getting choked out. We be getting choked out. We be getting choked out.
Oh, yeah. This following segment was brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe to save 20% on the best CBD Delta 8 honey around. Also, this is being brought to you by Fortify Nutrition, FORTIFEYE.com. At checkout, use keyword Ryan20, RYAN20, to guess what? To save 20%. That is 20%. 20%. Also, this is being brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. On that invoice, tell DJ Tone that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
Marijuana. 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 Marijuana.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Listen to Hoppe Hour at any time, anywhere. Search Hoppe Radio on all major streaming platforms.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy hot topic.
Let's go back to politics. Former President Trump has joined TikTok.
That's kind of funny because he was one of the haters at TikTok, but now he's desperate.
Although he did try to ban it. What is behind that decision? What are the implications for the campaign?
It's all about young voters, Savannah. You won't be surprised to hear. The Trump campaign says that's who they want to reach with this move, and that they, in their words, refuse to cede any ground to President Biden and the Democrats. Now, the Biden campaign is...
Yeah, it's funny. He was the one that was trying to take away everything. But now that he was caught with everything going on with the hush money, which I'm so sick and tired of hearing all his fans act like he didn't do it. Listen, if you think that he is a better option than, let's say, let's say Joe Biden, or let's say Hillary Clinton back in the day. That is completely fine if you're listening in America. That's completely and utterly fine. But I hate the fans that won't admit that he's a scumbag. He's a bad person. Sorry, just telling the truth.
Is already on the app, even after both candidates have taken steps that could ban TikTok because of concerns about that Chinese-based parent company. Mr. Trump had that executive order while he was in office. President Biden has signed into law a bill that would force a ban unless TikTok spun off. Savannah?
They both want to ban it, but while it's existing, they want those voters, Hallie. Thank you.
That was the other thing, was I deleted my TikTok. I don't know. There's like this weird shadow banning thing where one video can get 10,000 views and the next one can get 5. On Instagram and Facebook, it feels like you have a much better chance. And to me, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. It's like mind-numbingly dumb too. Like you look at it and you're like, what am I even watching? And a lot of the opinions that were expressed on TikTok were kind of dumb. I never went on TikTok and was like, oh, I feel better about myself. I never went on TikTok and was like, oh, I learned so much from here. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. What's going on with that scumbag known as Fauci?
Dr. Anthony Fauci will be back on Capitol Hill today to answer questions by House Republicans about the origins of COVID-19. Lawmakers want to know if government-backed scientists were fully transparent about controversial virus.
Of course they weren't. I never trusted that guy from day one. Now, I got the first vaccination because I needed it to go on a cruise, and I wasn't against the vaccine. Like, I'm not one of those guys that hates on it. I'm not one of those guys that's just like a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But I looked at the guy, and I just went, he's a scumbag.
Research. And they want to find out if Fauci's former aides later tried to evade public records laws. This is Fauci's first testimony since leaving his government job nearly 2 years ago.
Of course he did. The guy is a worm. The guy is an imbecile. He went out and did all of this to Americans and then just hides like a little man. Speaking of a little man.
This is not the position Hunter Biden expected to find himself in. The embattled son of the sitting president, who's been very public about his struggles with drugs and alcohol, now facing the legal fight of his life, a fight that could end with possible jail time.
Here's the thing. If everybody is going to go after Trump, which he deserves, I just said it, and I believe it, that he deserves. If everybody's going to go against Trump, everybody should go up against Hunter Biden. It shouldn't be one-sided. I'm just saying.
The first son is accused of lying on a form to obtain a firearm. He checked a box in 2018 that claimed he was not an active user of a controlled substance. Biden.
When has anybody ever been honest about that? If you go to a doctor or you apply for a job or you're trying to get benefits, whoever goes, oh yeah, I love smoking crack. I'm such an active crack user.
Has pleaded not guilty to the charges. But Hunter wrote extensively about his struggles with substance abuse during that same period of time.
Joe Biden tweeted out that nobody is above the law when he tweeted out about Donald Trump. So if that's the case, your scumbag leech of a son should have the same thing.
Prosecutors have signaled they plan to use Hunter's own words against him from his memoir, Beautiful Things. Overnight, the judge granting 2 prosecution requests, including barring a piece of evidence from the trial. The defense had wanted to show an annotated version of the ATF form that it says was changed later by gun store employees.
Here's the thing is, I don't know a lot about this case, but if you're not allowing some of the evidence to be used, you're probably trying to help him win the case. Yeah, I'm not really big on conspiracies. I'm not going to go out there and always talk about conspiracies, but I believe that wholeheartedly.
The trial may also publicly air embarrassing details of the Biden family's private life.
Please, I want to hear that. I'm sick of Joe Biden acting like he has no skeletons in the closet, like the 1994 crime bill.
Among the witnesses expected to be called, the widow of Beau Biden, the president's late son, Hallie Biden, whom Hunter had a romantic relationship with.
Yeah, that's the unspoken thing. Everybody, all the liberals hate on Donald Trump's kids, but he did this.
Hallie Biden, whom Hunter had a romantic relationship with.
Having a romantic relationship with your sister-in-law after your brother dies, you're a real scumbag. I'm just saying.
Despite the difficult position the trial puts Joe Biden in, the president has not pushed his son away, inviting him to state dinners, spending part of the Memorial Day weekend with him, and publicly defending his son.
First of all,
Of course he's going to defend him. It's his son.
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong.
Oh, if he did nothing wrong, then there wouldn't be a sex tape of him smoking crack, banging an Asian hooker.
I trust him. I have faith in him.
But if you trust your son and have faith in him, then you have bad character. It says a lot about a man when you see how their kids turned up. I'm not saying Donald Trump Jr. and his kids are perfect, they're good people, but they're well-dressed and they're classy enough. I know they're corrupt, blah, blah, blah. But you look at Hunter Biden and you're like, oh my goodness.
But Republicans have used Hunter's legal troubles as a political punching bag aimed at his father, using it as the basis of their impeachment inquiry into the president, which has largely fizzled.
Of course it fizzled. Everybody protects the Bidens. I don't know why. It's utterly infuriating.
Biden is guilty of so many crimes, he can barely even keep track of them.
And
he can barely keep track of where he is. You ever look at Biden and
President's Democratic allies are brushing off the potential political problems this trial presents.
President Biden commented as a loving father, as I would hope any loving father would do.
Oh, yeah, you got to love your scumbag father. And of course, this person was a liberal. This was Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. It's okay to love your son, but if you're going to go out there and have one of your aides tweet out that no one's above the law, your son should not be above the law either.
Biden commented as a loving father, as I would hope any
Does he love those kids that he snips?
Loving father would do.
So, Ryan, how might this trial impact the president as he's on the campaign trail?
Well, even though there are signs that Republicans have not been successful in tying Hunter Biden's legal issues directly to his father, there are other.
Here's the thing. I'm going to play in this clip because I don't get too political in here. If this was Donald Trump Jr. or if this was Eric Trump, oh my goodness, CNN, MSNBC, all of those places would be hating on him all the time. But there's this weird thing that everybody protects Hunter. And it's absolutely, positively out of hand. It's ridiculous. It's infuriating. It drives me absolutely nuts. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, I'm not going to vote. I don't believe in voting. I don't think it's good. I just don't like America. I like living here, if that makes sense. But I don't go, oh my God, I'm so proud of living here. There's a lot of flaws here. There really is. All right, we're going to take a quick break. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You could tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if you're listening on the radio, don't touch that radio dial. But if you're listening on the podcasting platform, please search up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. I like to say I'm one of the most interactive podcasts in all of the planet. And we have so much celebrity news to get into. Travis Kelce, Katy Perry, Gypsy Rose, that Scumbag, Hailey Bieber, Sofia Vergara, Sophie Bush, Miley Cyrus. But we're going to take you guys back with a song. It is Nina Sky, Remember Them, featuring Rick Ross, Flippin' That. If you don't feel like listening to it, you can skip forward 4 minutes. But I would like to think that I have a pretty good taste in music. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
This is
Rick Ross.
Nina Sky. It's Cool and Dre.
Let's get right to it. Your man's locked up, but someone's gotta do it. Oh my. I-95 drive south for the winter. Got a trunk full of birds, they fly south for the winter. Yeah. I ain't tryna get locked up tonight, but I told him I would put that on my life. So I gotta ride. I'm a rider, I'm a provider. Type of chick to take the stand and say your honor. I was beside him all night, yes I promise. But I gotta have a booger, and that's the problem. I gotta oh, Boy, is it okay for me to pull over the car when I get tired? I try to go with no sleep. Oh boy, I got that work wrapped in tight, coffee grounds to throw off them dogs and police. Oh boy, cause I ain't tryna get locked up tonight. But I told him I will put that on my life. So I gotta ride. I'm a rider, I'm a provider. Type of chick to take the stand and say your honor. I was beside him all night, yes I promise. But I gotta have a booger, and that's the problem. I gotta oh,
Maserati candy paint for that personal touch. You need a body or a bird, I'm the person to touch. At a party, no searching my persons and such. I got Ninas and both of Nina's purses, they bust. Bill in my dough, they deliver my blow. On no cigarette boats, that's $1 million a float. See, I get it and whip it, sip it and flip it. It ain't just to ship it. I'm a Washington wizard, my soul in a hole. I feel so in control when I'm whipping the mold, smelling like cinnamon rolls. Got the Benz in black, big beamer in beige. You hear don't need no swinging, we swinging them K's. Can't cipher my sounds, Ross beating the street. We got a load on the way, we eating this week. I'ma chill in Manhattan, sit to work in the Bronx. Take a, leave a brick, I be in them blocks.
What up? Oh, yeah.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
And now for something completely different.
$856-49 Hoppe. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And if you're listening on the radio, hi. If you're listening to my podcast, thank you.
Happy Hot Topic!
To speak directly to you briefly, because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
Katy Perry is reacting to Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker's controversial commencement speech with her own updated version.
Listen, I think Harrison Butker is a scumbag. I didn't really like what he said, but he has the right to say it. And also, here's the thing, is this was like 3-4 weeks ago, and people keep talking about it. And here's the thing, no one's really talked about Katy Perry recently, so it makes you wonder if she's doing it for attention.
The pop star took to Instagram to post an edited version of the NFL player's speech, writing, "Fix this for my girls, my graduates, and my gays. You can do anything. Congratulations and happy Pride."
Cool. I mean, I am really big on Pride Month, but come on now. You're giving him the attention he wants. All these people that were like thinking they were schooling him or ripping into him or winning the argument, it's like when you keep talking about him, you're making him relevant. No one knew who he was unless you were a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan.
In his now viral commencement speech from Benedictine College last month, the NFL player spoke out against a range of topics, including abortion, IVF, surrogacy, Pride Month, and President Joe Biden.
Oh, I bet he's so much fun to be around. This guy is probably such a contrarian at dinner parties. Ugh.
He also notably directly addressed the women graduating, telling them that they've had, quote, the most diabolical lies told to you.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Do you really want to bring children into this world? I mean, I'm a guy that got a vasectomy at 28 because I never want kids. Also, I love how when he says children in this world, listen, there's a crying kid in the background.
About your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Ugh, that sound is just so, ugh.
I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
Here's the thing is like, he can have the right to say it or whatever, but it's so creepy when guys like want to make women into just housewives or whatever. It's like, they can literally do what they want. Just like he can say whatever he wants opinion-wise, but it's so creepy. It's like this power thing. It's like, ugh. It really is toxic masculinity. And if you bring up the words toxic masculinity to any man and they get mad, that's because they're full of toxic masculinity.
Mother.
But in Katie's version, he says the opposite.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? I would venture to guess the women here today are going to lead successful careers in the world. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be supporting women and not saying that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and
I love how they had the AI of him saying this to go with what Katy Perry wants it to say. Like, release some new music. This is 3 weeks ago, 21 days ago.
The children you will bring into this world.
The California Girls singer also tweaked the speech to have him praise diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people young and old are embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion.
You know Harrison, when he saw that, probably got really mad.
In his original speech, the Chiefs kicker made comments about Pride Month.
I am certain the reporters at the AP could not have imagined that their attempt to rebuke and embarrass places and people like those here at Benedictine wouldn't be met with anger, but instead met with excitement and pride. Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it.
I don't get this sin thing. I swear to God. If God is real, Jesus is real, I think it's no different than Harry Potter. I think it's all fiction. But if it's real, I don't think he gives a flying you-know-what. If someone wants to identify as something else, if someone wants to have sex with the same gender, it doesn't matter. Life is so short, and if you spend your energy doing that, you're nothing more than a bully. Who cares? Again, I'll say it. The two words, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It so doesn't matter.
But in the pop star's video, she made him wish everyone a happy Pride Month.
And then there were rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, that Harrison Butker had like a boyfriend in college. Maybe he's in the closet and really mad about it. A lot of the people that hate on Pride Month and that hate on gay people are in the closet.
That said, I want to say happy Pride Month to all of you and congratulations, class of 2024.
All right. 856-49-HAPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Sofia Vergara got a tattoo with her ex, which is the dumbest decision ever.
This was Joe's Manganello initial, but now he's gone, so my new...
Listen to all those people in the crowd. Divorce. So great.
Gone, so my new...
It looks like Sofia Vergara has fully moved on from Joe Manganiello. During an appearance on The Talk on May 31st, the Modern Family alum candidly shares how she plans to, quote, recycle the tattoo she got as a tribute to her ex-husband, who she...
Here's the thing, is if you're getting a tattoo of somebody else, that means you're very self-conscious that they're going to cheat on you. And also, if you're claiming that you're 100% moved on from him, you wouldn't even need to let us know that you got the tattoo removed. You would just have it removed. But that means you're trying to spite the man. You're trying to make him mad.
She divorced after 7 years of marriage for her new boo, Justin Salomon.
He is thinking, oh, it's so cool. I'm dating a girl from Modern Family. Soon he's going to realize she's high maintenance. Mm-hmm.
This was Joe's Manganiello initial, but now he's gone. So my new...
Oh, gosh, they sound annoying.
So what did you do?
You know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of that clip from Family Guy where it talks about The View. Mm-hmm. Even though that was the talk.
Hey, Stewie, 3 o'clock. Time for The View. No, not again! Let me out of here! I can't watch another second!
That's how I feel when I listen to that clip. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Coming up next, we're going to talk about Hailey Bieber, Sophia Bush, Miley Cyrus, Travis Kelce, and maybe some Gypsy Rose. If you're listening to this on the radio, hi, my name's Ryan Hoppe, and you can hear my podcast by searching HOPPE Radio on all streaming platforms. And if you're listening on the radio, do not touch that dial. This show is a morning radio show designed in a podcasting platform. We play throwback hip-hop and hits from the 2000s and early 2010s. And we also talk about celebrity news, dating, and all of that. And if you want info on this show, go to my website, ryanhopperadio.com. That's RYANHOPPE radio.com. And that's my name on all social media, Instagram, X, Snapchat, Ryan Hoppe Radio. And this show is designed for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. It's designed for people, if you're listening in London, I don't know what side of the road you drive on, but if you sit in the other side of the car, it's designed for the people that are sitting in traffic. Because it doesn't matter if you're in America or if you're in the UK. There is traffic everywhere. And this show is designed to make time go by so that, you know, I keep you entertained. Because nothing says entertainment like a Chicago accent. Alrighty. With that being said, we will be right back on Hoppe Hour right after this.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Alrighty. If you don't feel like listening to this song, you can skip ahead 4 minutes. But here is Feels Like Heaven. Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Rich Keeley, Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com. The best barber in all of the Bay Area. All right, enough of that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm telling you right now, if you go to richkbarber.com and then you sign up for an appointment and you go there and you tell him that you heard about it on Hoppe Hour, he will hook you up. He's the best around. He really, really is.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. He never holds back, and he speaks his mind. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy Hot Topic!
What the hell is going on with Hailey Bieber?
Hailey Bieber has an affectionate new nickname for her hubby, Justin Bieber. The 27-year-old takes to the comments section in a series of new selfies posted by Justin on May 30th. The singer captions the carousel daily selfies next to a shrugging emoji he adds, might delete. But Hailey has thoughts, adorably commenting, do not delete, adding baby daddy. It's clear that the mom and dad-to-be are enjoying their pregnancy journey together. While E! News
I think he's going to be a great dad because he's been through such a hard life. That I think he will have wisdom for the kid.
Previously learned that the couple didn't make the reveal until 6 months into the supermodel's pregnancy.
Of course you're not going to announce it early on. You know, there's a thing called miscarriage.
They are making up for lost time with plenty of pics, letting fans in on their excitement as the A-listers prepare to be parents. Hailey previously showcased some new bump photos earlier this month, including one pic where she's cradling her growing belly in a sequined halter top.
I find bump photos to be fascinating because the whole idea of pregnancy is really fascinating if you really break it down.
In another pic, the Roadskin founder sits outside wearing a baseball cap while drinking an iced coffee with her white t-shirt rolled up, exposing her bare tummy. And the mama-to-be is showing off more than just bump pics. Last week, fans couldn't help but notice that the diamond that sits on Hailey's ring finger seems to have gotten a major upgrade, as seen in this photo on her feed. And what appears to be her former engagement ring is now on her pinky finger. In addition to revealing the baby news, Hailey and Justin shared with fans that they renewed their vows at a recent ceremony in Hawaii.
You know what's funny is nobody talks about this, but she's actually the side chick to when he was dating Selena Gomez. Never forget.
Hailey's stunning new rock can be seen closer up in a shot posted by Hailey's manicurist. According to Page 6, the new bling was designed by Lorraine Schwartz and is estimated to be worth a whopping $1.5 million.
That is crazy to have jewelry on your finger that is worth $1 million. Like, I get that that's nothing for Justin Bieber, but that is nuts.
Outlet previously said that Hailey's original 6-carat ring is estimated to be worth around $400,000. The early push present proving that the model's bump isn't the only thing that's growing in the Bieber household.
I do wonder what type of parent he's going to be like. Also, right here, Sophie Bush celebrates Pride Month since coming out.
Sophia Bush is sharing a heartfelt message about Pride Month since publicly coming out earlier this year. In honor of Pride, the One Tree Hill alum shares a moving message to her Instagram stories on June 2nd about knowing your worth and finding your people. Sharing a graphic that says, "Pride is important because someone tonight still believes they're better off dead than being themselves."
It really is ridiculous that people will judge somebody off of what they want to sleep with. It's not your business.
Sophia writes underneath it, "You are perfect. No matter how long it might take, you'll find your people, and they will help you find more and more of yourself. It's worth it. You're worth it."
The problem is all the homophobic people that make them feel like they can't come out. It's ridiculous.
In April of this year, the actress publicly came out as, quote, queer during an interview with Glamour magazine, where she detailed her journey with her sexuality and finally feeling like she, quote, can breathe.
I want to get to the point where even if you do come out, that it doesn't matter, that we all are treated equally. And I do think as the baby boomers die off and the Gen Xers shut up, I do think that's going to happen. But right now, it's still kind of a hot button issue for no reason.
Telling the outlet, "I think I've always known that my sexuality exists on a spectrum. I've experienced so much safety, respect, and love in the queer community as an ally all my life that as I came into myself, I already felt it was my home." Right.
Good. I'm glad she feels like she can do this. It's ridiculous that people judge people over that.
Now, I think the word that best defines it is queer. I can't say it without smiling, actually, and that feels pretty great.
And to all the Christians out there hating on it, it's like, don't you want to feel love? Don't you want to feel acceptance and be nice to people? Come on now.
Adding, "I finally feel like I can breathe. I don't think I can explain how profound that is. I feel like I was wearing a weighted vest for who knows how long."
And that's the thing, is they're feeling all the pressure of can they come out, can they not come out? And it's like, to all the Christians and homophobic people out there, Harrison Bucker, if you feel like you're so nice and so full of love and such a good person, which
you are not, why would you want to make, let me turn this off real quick.
Why would you want to make somebody feel that way? Why would you want to make somebody feel like they have this skeleton in the closet and that they can't come out? Why would you want to do that to somebody? Why? It's ridiculous. It drives me out of this world. This is also an interesting headline right here.
Happy hot topic.
Miley Cyrus.
Cyrus is getting candid about getting her flowers from the music industry. The pop star sits down for a new interview with W Magazine where she talks about finally getting respect from the Grammys 2 decades into her career. She picked up 2 statues at this year's awards show.
It is crazy to think that she's been around for 2 decades.
But in the new interview, the Hannah Montana star also wonders aloud what took so long, explaining, "No shade, but I've been doing this for 20 years. And this is my first time actually being taken seriously at the Grammys."
This is kind of like when LeBron James allegedly calls himself the greatest player. It's like, if you are as great as you are, you don't need to tell everybody that you need to be appreciated. You would just be appreciated. And maybe you should just be grateful that it finally happened.
I've had a hard time figuring out what the measurement is there, because if we want to talk stats and numbers, then where the was I? And if you want to talk like impact on culture, then where the was I? She adds, "This is not about arrogance. I am proud of myself." Miley scored the win for Record of the Year and Pop Vocal Performance.
It is a little bit about arrogance. Let's be honest here. Miley's just a tad bit arrogant.
For her 2023 hit Flowers. She was nominated for her first Grammy in 2015 for her album Bangers. At the 2024 ceremony, upon picking up her very first win, Miley told the crowd, "This award is amazing, but I really hope that it doesn't change anything because my life was beautiful yesterday."
People don't talk about the fact, though, that she cheated on Liam Hemsworth years ago with that, I think her name was Caitlyn Carter. People don't talk about that. Whenever a man cheats, Everybody crucifies them. But when a woman does it, oh, she's exploring her sexuality. Just saying.
As for her show-stopping performance at the awards show, Miley said, I wrote on this dream board that I wanted to show up to the Grammys with a childlike confidence. Like when a kid isn't scared to just dive into the deep end or...
I will be honest, I have a dream board on my fridge as well. I just write down the goals I want to have.
Do a backflip because they don't know what's on the other side. My 12-year-old self got to come out and play while my 31-year-old self was in Bob Mackie with big hair.
It really is crazy to think that she's 31 years old. It felt like she was going to be young forever.
Where in the interview, the pop star also gives some insight into her relationship with Beyonce. Their collab 2 Most Wanted was featured on B's most recent album, Cowboy Carter. The 31-year-old says of their friendship, sometimes I forget to talk about things that are a normal part of my day-to-day, like texting with Beyonce.
Oh, wow, you're so cool. I love how she says she's not arrogant, and then she has to name drop that she's friends with Beyonce. This just in, that's a little arrogant.
Just saying.
856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. We have so much to get into. And if you want to listen to more of the show, go to ryanhopperadio.com. And if you're listening to this on the radio, do not touch that dial because more amazing programming is going to come up after this. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that computer. Do not touch that computer. Do not touch that tablet, that smart device, or the radio. However hell you are listening to this amazing show known as Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
All righty. I'm going to take you back to 2008 with Kid Cudi and Rich Hill, Trippy. Now, if you don't feel like listening to this, like I always say, I'm going to say this every single time, you can just skip forward 4 minutes and 25 seconds, but trust me, this song is a banger.
feel the same. And now I'm just tripping, going on my tripping, going on my tripping. Tell me, have you gone trippy? Have you gone trippy? Have you gone? Oh. Tell me, have you gone trippy?
What's going on?
Have you gone trippy? Have you gone? Oh. And now I can't get my radio to play no song. And now I can't get my spaceship to fly away. I think I'll make it work, but today is not my day. So now I think it's time for us to fly away.
I want to fly away.
I can't see the sun if it doesn't come through my shade.
Got it.
I don't want to see no one but myself today. Now I'm just tripping on the love I had yesterday.
Makes sense.
And time passes by me day by day.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. If you're listening on the radio in Missouri, Detroit, Fort Myers, the Carolinas, Tampa Bay, London, Manchester, Missouri, hi, my name is Ryan Hoppe, and this is a morning radio show and a podcast that talk about celebrity news and dating and much more. You can listen to my show as well by searching HOPPE Radio on all streaming platforms. All right, let's talk about Travis Kelce.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Jason Sudeikis is eager to know when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are taking their relationship to the next level.
I wonder what Taylor Swift, while she's touring, thinks about this. She probably has it where she gets all the alerts of whenever she makes the news on Google and is like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I want to get married. What am I going to sing about?
The actor jokingly asked the NFL star when he would make an honest woman out of Taylor Swift while in character during a skit for Big Slick Celebrity Weekend in Kansas City, Missouri on Saturday, June 1st.
You know, she probably didn't like being called an honest woman because she's the one that has all the power in that relationship. I'm just saying, I'm sure she wasn't like, oh, I love this.
When are you gonna make an honest woman?
I don't know. I think it's because I've heard really bad things about Jason Sudeikis, but he's just annoying. I didn't like Ted Lasso either. I know my listeners in the UK are probably not going to like this, but I'm not the biggest fan of soccer. I think it's because I'm from Chicago and I have ADHD. I love the NBA.
After an eruption of cheers, the Ted Lasso star continued by saying that the global superstar doesn't need to be working anymore, and appeared to reference Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, who gave a controversial commencement speech while saying, I know your kicker agrees with me.
So funny, because when I think of hilarious, I think of Jason Sudeikis.
Taylor doesn't need to be working anymore. And again, I know your kicker agrees with me.
Whoa, liberal humor. So funny, Jason Sudeikis.
One of the first states to give women the right to vote? Illinois. That's right. Right? Illinois took it a step further, and they gave all the women's dead relatives the right to vote too.
So what they're doing is they're doing a skit of Da Bears, the Chicago skit from the early 90s here in America for SNL, which hasn't been funny probably since I was born in 93.
At one point, Travis's teammate and Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes also joined the men on stage.
I guess you don't get all the calls. Serious. No, he does. He's just about every call.
Here's the thing, by the way, I'm going to quit playing this because it's annoying, because it's full of Jason Sudeikis. But I wonder how it feels for Jason Sudeikis that Olivia Wilde literally left you to be a cougar. And we have a saying on here, she left him for Harry Styles, but we love cougars here. We love our older women here on Hoppe Hour. I don't know if it's necessarily like a fetish or whatever, but I'm really into it. It's one of my things that I absolutely, positively love. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. So, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is the woman that got her mom killed and served 8 years in prison. And she used her divorce. She used her ex-husband, Ryan Anderson, the poor guy. He was kind of this happy-go-lucky, goofy substitute teacher. Or I think he was a special ed teacher. And now she's dating her ex, Ken Urker, who, oh yeah, just like J-Lo and Ben Affleck, Bennifer, that's going to go so well. Dating your ex again, especially when you're a psychopath like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Well, I know by me talking about it, I'm giving it a little bit too much attention, but the media is obsessed with this woman.
Is life on the outside what you expected?
There are some things that I did not expect coming out.
She literally sounds like one of the chipmunks.
Out of prison. And particularly the hype that everyone had about me.
There's no hype. We were force-fed you from TMZ. No one went, oh my goodness, this psychopath's being released. We're so hyped about it. Oh my God, we're full of so much energy. Get the hell out of here.
And me being released. Hi, I'm Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the 32-year-old with the baby voice, infamous for her role in the brutal murder of her mother, Dee Dee, says life has been a whirlwind since she left prison. Every twist.
Here's the thing, is people were defending it, saying that her mom was awful. Just because your mom's awful doesn't mean you get them killed.
In turn on full display.
How do you plead to the Class A felony of murder in the second degree?
Guilty. I think that I wanted to be like everyone else and have that.
You're not like anybody else. You got your mom murdered.
Right of freedom to have social media and interact with my friends online. I had no idea that I would have 9.8 million followers.
You kind of knew. You know that TV networks were scoping you out. Come on now. Whoa, a psychopath that got their mom killed is a liar? That never happens.
Her story and her willingness to share it.
Hey everyone, this is Gypsy.
I love this idea of the willingness. Like we should just be bowing down to her like, oh, we're so proud of you. Come on now.
I'm finally free.
From her mother's murder to her life in prison to her failed marriage, making her a social media juggernaut with nearly 10 million followers.
If you're following her, I feel sorry for you. Here's what I think of people. I mean, I know I just played some clips of her, so I'm really giving her a little bit too much attention. But if you are a diehard follower of Gypsy Rose and a fan,
Loser, 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 loser.
Just saying.
Loser, loser.
All right, I'm going to quit playing that. That's SpongeBob saying loser for 2 hours.
Loser, loser.
You know what makes you not a loser is the fact that you are listening to Hoppe Hour. That means that you are a winner in life. Just saying. All righty. If you are listening right now on the radio, do not touch that dial. If you're listening on a streaming platform, thank you. If you want to hear more about my show, go to every platform and search up Hoppe Radio, HOPPE Radio. Go to every single social media platform and search up Ryan Hoppe Radio, RyanHoppe Radio. I'm really interactive on social media. And go to ryanhopperadio.com. I'm figuring out WhatsApp. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to get a WhatsApp number so that people overseas can hit me up. I have been in radio for 12 years, and I grew up listening to shows like Opie and Anthony, Howard Stern, Chris Moyles, The T-Man Show with Rob Tepper, Eddie and Jobo, Drex in the Morning, all the shows. I can name any radio show. On my website, ryanhopperadio.com, there's over 35 shows I like. I'm kind of a radio geek. And I'm on the spectrum when it comes to ADHD and bipolar. On this show, you never know what I'm going to say. I never hold back. And that's what I think makes me so charming. Alrighty. We got 30 seconds left. Anybody got any questions out in the audience? Anything? No? All right. Well, I always record this for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care what side of the car you sit on, if you're in London or America. If you're stuck in traffic, my show helps make time go by. We are out of here. Goodbye.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.